Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well today. Got a powerful broadcast coming up. Powerful. I like seeing who's here. Makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Hello, Caprice. Hello, Sue. Hello, LaDonna. Everybody can hear me okay. Say yes, everything's fine. Move some things around. Always. Hello, Caprice. Take a moment to make a couple adjustments. There we go. Everything sounding groovy? Yes. Hello, Jesse. Sue says everything is fine. Very cool. I'm excited about spending the next hour with you, or have a long spirit. However long it takes. How's that? We're not going to blame spirit. We're going to blame me and you. However long will we take. Hello, Carrie. I wanted to see if I made a new friend on Facebook. Her name is Christine. I posted this in a forum, another group, Spiritual Forum. So if she's here, I want to say, hi, Christine. Welcome to my living room. My abode, my one-bedroom open guest house. I believe she's into indigo children. Powerful, spiritually divine illumined children coming in waves. The first wave was the indigo children, then the rainbow children, then the crystal children. Now there's the diamond children coming in, and I'm assuming, intuiting, the next wave might be called the golden children. How cool is that? And when these kids come in now, this is no joke. They're coming in with divine favor and divine powers, and they can move things with their mind. They can intuit. Their third eye is open. They're here not to necessarily moving to anarchy, but just by them being themselves, they are rebelling against the system. And I don't mean in an active kind of attack kind of way. Just who they are bucks the current of the present system. That's why they're here. They're here to change the whole dynamic. Some people call them millennials, and they seem quiet and they're buried in the phone and in their screens, right? Maybe because they're supposed to be passive and quiet. Or they're looking at the screen for words and knowledge that ignites them as their spiritual guns sit in the holster ready to be withdrawn and used. That's powerful. Change is happening. And these kids are coming in, as I said, with divine favor. They don't care who you are. They don't care what you want. Because in their being themselves, they're telling you what's going to happen. Hello, Ali. Hello, Alex Perez. I got a little more lighting on the situation. Before it was red and dark and ambient. I really don't have many windows in my house, so it doesn't let in light. Even though it is nighttime, my house tends to be very fiery and red, and that's cool. But I like people to look at me, see me. Hello, Dana. Let me check on YouTube. See if any of my friends are here. Not yet. So again, y'all, welcome. I love doing these broadcasts. I'm selfish because doing these broadcasts feeds me. And you're here. And you help me find that fuel. Give it 3 more minutes before we start our broadcast. Well, I saw a bunch of faces and thumbs up and likes go across the screen, and I saw an angry face. I'm going to assume, no, that's kind of far away from the like and love. I assume that was done intentionally. And that's okay. I like to know that you are here and have something to say. Your thoughts are welcome. And it says Dana did it. I'm picking on her. I know that wasn't. Sue says it feeds her too. Welcome. Dana, I'm funning with you. Let's get down to business. I was going to wait, but I got some beautiful people here. Once again, let me see who's here. Dana, Allie, LaDonna, Alex, Caprice, Renee, Sue. Now the happy faces go across the screen. That must be Dana saying, there she's laughing now. Love it. All right, y'all. February. Tonight's broadcast is The Bold and the Beautiful, not just a soap opera. Being bold is what Renee came up with when I talked to her today. Thank God she's not feeling ill anymore. I'm happy about that. But of course, I have to put my little funny spin on it. She said, being bold. And I said, The Bold and the Beautiful, not just a soap opera, is the title of this broadcast. February is the month of love. And I don't mean the ooey gooey kind in partnership. And that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Let's take it to a deeper level than that. Because what I'm going to offer through this broadcast is going to impregnate you, expand you deeper into capacities of your own love. And then in your partner relationships, it all gets good. Friendship, loving relationship, sexual relationship, whatever your dynamic is with people, family, friends. February is the month of love, but I am talking about loving you to the greatest degree. Speaking of self-love, check this out. I got a hit yesterday morning when I woke up. Hit me hard. And it said, Keith, do a live burst feed symposium. So I said, why not do it on Valentine's Day? Since we're speaking about February being the month of love. February 14th, Valentine's Day Self-Love Symposium. Becoming the greatest love of your life. Right there. Becoming the greatest love of your life. Going to have speakers from powerful master teachers from all over the world. Renee Brown. Jennifer Foster. Hopefully I have on the roster. Knowing her, she's going to say, please let me in. Anastasia Nitri. Anastasia Nitri. Powerful. Dear Lord, she's powerful. David Matthew Brown. He comes out swinging. He's all about some lion and some roar. David Matthew Brown. I'm going to be on it, of course. I have a couple other people in mind. I can't say just yet. February 14th, Valentine's Day Self-Love Symposium, Becoming the Greatest Love of Your Life. All right, y'all, let's get down to center of light burst business. For those who know me, I'm all about definitions. It leaves no room for argument. We agree the dictionary is our resource for language. Since we do what the definition says, it's clearly the concept, the idea, the telepathic communication that is willed forth through written word so that the other person could read or hear what you're saying and interpret it into their own experience. It's telepathy. It's using a medium to convey thought. So we agree that the dictionary is the basis of our language, and what it says is what goes. Titled this broadcast, The Bold and the Beautiful, not just a TV soap opera. The definition of bold, of a person, action, or idea, showing an ability to take risk, confident and courageous, showing an ability to take risks, confident and courageous. A bold attempt to solve the crisis. Daring, intrepid, brave, courageous, valiant, valorous, fearless. Damn. Can't love yourself if you live in fear. Becoming fearless, loving yourself, superimposium. Dauntless, audacious, daredevil. Some of you out there in the room has a little bit of daredevil in you, I know. See, Robert Slatch, Southeast Daredevil. Brandon Russ is in the house. Hello, Kim. Hello, Fran. Hello, Patrice. Welcome, everyone. Hello, Amy. Broadcast The Bold and the Beautiful, not just a soap opera. So we just read the definitions of bold. An ability to take risk, confident, and courageous. A bold attempt to solve the crisis. Daring, intrepid, brave, courageous, valiant, valorous, fearless, dauntless, audacious, daredevil. Having a strong, this is very, very powerful. Having a strong or vivid appearance. Striking, vivid, bright, strong, eye-catching, prominent, impactful. Having a strong or vivid appearance. Doesn't mean I'm cute, I'm handsome, I'm good looking. It's not what it means at all. It means being attractive. In a very real sense of the word, I'm attractive. Not only am I attractive to that which I want to call to me, I'm attractive. I'm a magnet. I'm a light, spiritual love magnet. God is love, and God is omnipresent everywhere, and there's nothing that is not God, and God embodies everything, and everything embodies God. It's a hologram. So when we become that light and that love, we become attractive. We become vivid in appearance. People magnetically are drawn to you because of the place that you're at. Hello, Craig. Hello, Melanie. So let me read that again. The definition of bold: having a strong or vivid appearance, striking, bright, strong, being strong inside, being the rock like Peter, being planted. You're unmovable because my peace is within me. I am unmovable, strong. That's strong. It's not brute force. Eye-catching, prominent, impactful. Impactful is a very, very powerful word to use to make the point about bold. Impactful meaning in a good way, making a serious impact on people. And that comes by just being planted and being bold. The definition of beautiful. Since this broadcast is titled The Bold and the Beautiful, the definition of beautiful, let's be clear about what beauty or beautiful really is. As I just mentioned, being attractive, not good looking, but being able to attract. And for those people and the experiences that you bring into your life, that you are impactful, you're strong, beautiful, pleasing to the senses or mind aesthetically, being attractive. Like a beautiful poetry, like your whole life is a song, that everywhere you go, you are a song. The word universe, let's break it down. Una means one, verse means song. Universe, one song. It's beautiful poetry. And that's what we want to become, is beautiful poetry. By being connected to God, by being connecting to yourself, by loving yourself, and through loving yourself is the connection to spirit. If spirit is love, the link, the bridge, the way we connect and become connected is through developing, here you go. The spiritual path, no matter what religion you are in, no matter what denomination, no matter what you believe, this is the spiritual path and there is no other way. If God is love, then it's about developing the love within yourself to the level that is God. Let me repeat that. If God is love, then the spiritual path is about developing the love inside of each of us to the level that is God. And what happens when we do that, we consciously connect. That's why you see some preachers and some teachers, or wherever, heck, a great musician, someone doing art, someone in their poetry moment, they're connected. You go, wow, this is such a powerful piece of experience. It's because they are impactful. They are connected to that which is bold. God is bold. God is robust. God expresses itself. God is not conservative or resistant or hesitant. There was an explosion of light. That's pretty bold. So when we become the love within ourselves and reach the level of love that is God, that's how we go back home in a body. Some people do it. Some people have done it. We know them as deities throughout history. Some people are still doing it. Some people are working on it very hard. I'm one of them. You are one of them. We're all walking the path. So I want to repeat that again one more time because it's very, very juicy. It's very delicious. It's very subtle. But listen how powerful this is. If God is love, then the spiritual path is about developing the love within yourself that is God. That is the path. We do it through Christ. We do it through Buddha. We do it through your grandmother. You do it through people you admire and revere. They are the deities and the way showers of your life. More on the definition of beautiful. Attractive, pretty, handsome, good-looking, alluring. Skip those first few. Good-looking could be that. Handsome, attractive, and pretty. I guess that all fits because I'm thinking in an attractive way as in looking for a date. Alluring, repossessing. So this is where I'm going to get into the reading segment of this broadcast. Hello, John. Hello, Fat Cat, Joe, and Joe. From my bestseller, The Divine Principle, Anchoring Heaven on Earth. Here's the book. 8 years in the making. My bestseller. Here's the soundtrack by Lavender Soul called Beautiful World. If you would, while I'm thinking about it, if you want to follow my broadcast, hit notify me somewhere in this live feed, in this forum, to be notified when I go live. Also, at the end of this broadcast, I'm going to announce some of my work and where to find my lifelong work, RPM, Recognize, Plug In, and Manifest Your Life. A lot of it is what we're going to be talking about tonight, but to a personal level, to where I guarantee if you implement this stuff in your life, not that you're broken, things will explode all around you. All around you. Okay, this is from my bestseller, The Divine Principle, Anchoring Heaven on Earth. This is God and I having a dialogue. In fact, this is the very first part of the Divine Principle. After I started for a month, I started transcribing this. Wow, I need to make this into a conversation of God and I, because that's what's happening. I'm just writing it down without having the dialogue aspect. And so by promptings of my editor, who's no longer here on Earth, Stella, she said, Keith, make this a dialogue. I said, sure. The very first part of the book, Spirit starts off by saying, meaning to me, hello, my friend. How are you today? Fine, thinking to myself. I'm waiting. And I say, for what? Still thinking to myself. For you to begin, Keith. Begin what? Transcribing what you have to say. This book will be unbalanced if no one knows what you're thinking. You're right. I have so many questions. And I did. I was standing in a gate to the absolute. For the first year, really. Then the light somewhat dimmed. It wasn't so bold. It was still beautiful, but it wasn't so bold. And I said, I have so many questions. I know. This is why this is your forum as well. A place for you to speak your own mind and heart. And I shall answer all that you ask, provided it serves you. Why me? Why did you come to me? Why not you, Keith? You have worked long and hard to get where you are now, open to all possibilities of spirit. You are ready. I ask, ready for what? To help me write a book about universal truth. Can you deny that you have elected to come to the earth plane to carry out this very purpose? To share my words with as many people as you can. I'm a little overwhelmed, but no, I can't deny that I've sought this path. I know that my recent arrival in your life has seen both a blessing and a curse. A rose under your nose and a thorn in your side. When I first made audible contact, you were so excited, but you were also quite frightened because you did not know just how to handle what was happening to you. You had moments that you thought you were special and moments that you feared that you were schizophrenic. Yeah, I've definitely been through a lot. Yes, all of your life, I've watched you bounce back and forth between these two extremes in hopes of finding your true self. That symposium that's going to happen on Valentine's Day. Becoming the greatest love of your life. In the hopes of finding your true self. I come to you now because you've exhibited such passion to live a better life. I come to you because of your newly awakened love for me and because of my love for you. What I said a minute ago in the excerpt, it said, the spiritual path for any aspirant is the same no matter what path you walk. If God is love, then it's about developing the love within ourselves to the level that is God. I come to you because of your newly awakened love for me and because of my love for you. You see, Keith, you and I are not different at all. For we both share the same intention, to chip away at the beliefs that you thought were set in stone and to carve you into the most beautiful, the bold and the beautiful, most beautiful masterpiece ever known. God. Keith, I cannot begin to tell you the ways your life will change, nor can I allay all your worries about what may happen when this book circulates. In fact, it is likely that you will be deluged with confusing feelings. But I can tell you that I am here to help with all that may be troubling you, and that for the rest of your life, I shall guide you so that you can play your part in making the world a better place. Even though right now you have no idea what you will do with what you're bringing through, it is enough for you to know that this message comes from the highest source. Fret not about those who may doubt you or scoff at what you say, for they may not be ready to hear it. You can place your mind and heart at ease nonetheless, knowing that everyone walks the path at their own pace. As I pour my light into your mind and my love into your heart and into your work. Just make a supreme effort to remain open, relaxed, and aware in every moment, even when I'm speaking directly to others. Only then can you integrate all my information. There is so much I could be reading, so let me find. Again, y'all, for those who are just joining, hello, Joel, Melissa, John. This broadcast is called The Bold and the Beautiful, not just a TV soap opera. Spirit asked me to ponder some questions many years ago. From whence did you come? Did you have an identity before you were born? Why were you born? It's a big question. Very, very big, powerful question. That I think if most people would entertain in a meditation, dear Lord, the gate would open and you would explode into light with your purpose in the world of sins. All by your presence of doing what you love. Because if God is love, when you do what you love, you're in alignment. It has no choice but to affect other people. It is cosmic law. Why were you born? What is this energy that was given a name at birth? If we were with God before we were born, literally or metaphorically, and God is love, and we amalgamated in love with God before we were born. When we were born, God basically broke a piece of himself, stuck it in the body, and we live it out through the duration of our life for 75 plus whatever, many more years if you're lucky. The beginning of our life and the end, the Alpha and the Omega, because we come from God, we live life, and we should be spiritual aspirants with the hopes that when we do cross to the other side, we go back to God. So if God is at the beginning and God is at the end, our whole life in between is God. We're just not aware of it. So again, the premise is, the principle is, the idea is, the true path of any spiritual aspirant is, if God is love, then it's about developing ourselves to the level of love that is God. And when we do that, we become conscious of our own soul. Who are you now? Where are you going? These are questions posed to me by Spirit some years ago. Spirit, I know that I've been telling you that everything is God. God is omnipresent. There's no place God is not. God is in everything and everything is in God. Except fear. Because there's no reality in fear. Because God is reality. And love, then if fear is the opposite, then fear is darkness and non-reality. But it's real to those who dwell in it. But it's not reality. It's not the truth. Spirit says, I know that I've been telling you that everything is God. So you must be wondering, how is it that terrible things can be God? That's a question I posed. Spirit says, what you perceive as terrible is not the reality of God, but an illusion created by you. What I am saying is that the mind can never open up enough to take God in. So you must open your heart in order to move out of any illusion and into my reality. That hit me hard. And I know this work. That was for me to hear. It's everything I've been saying. God is love. We need to raise our love to the level that is God. Spirit says, what I'm saying is that the mind, what we think love is not. It's conditional love. Unconditional love is when we drop and live from this place. Always, all the time, and for no reason. For no reason. When we are it. What I'm saying is that the mind can never open up enough to take God in. So you must open your heart. It's a stargate. It is a cosmic womb. In order to move out of any illusion of the mind, monkey mind, the things we were taught, the things that we think are true, the things we think are false, the things that we think are holy, the things that we think are blasphemous, that is all stuff. It's all monkey-minded noise. But when we get out of all that, then this begins to open. Because God is infinite. God is not limited to a book on your shelf. God does not live in a box. God is beyond belief. What we think God is beyond that. So in order to be able to ever experience it, to have ever experiential evidence, and to live it, is to get out of what we think it is and begin to act just like it. You want to be a fireman, you do what firemen do. You don't do what policemen do, you do what firemen do. We want to connect our divine parent consciously. We are connected. It would be arrogant to think that we're not connected. That, I can do this on my own. I'm not connected to my divine parent. That's erroneous. What happens to your checking account if you take yourself away from your checking account? It collapses. What happens to a relationship in your life if you step out of it? It collapses. What do you think will happen if spirit takes itself out of creation? You cannot separate creation from creator. It's not the way of it. So when we get out of what we think it is and begin to act like it and live the principles that has been offered through Scripture for eons of time, the vibration changes. The fire begins to dance. The cosmic divine fire begins to live in you. If you're a Christian, then Christ begins to live in your heart and express itself. If you're a Buddhist and you're compassionate, the compassion begins to live in your heart. If you're this or if you're that, didn't matter the name. We call a rabbit so in America. We call it a rabbit. In France, they don't call it a rabbit. They say lapin. It still doesn't mean it's not a rabbit. So you must open your heart in order to move out of any illusion and into my reality, Spirit told me. And this is what I ask. But how will I, very honest question, but how will I know when I'm there? How will I know I'm dwelling in the kingdom consciously? You will know you are heart-centered, Keith, when you begin to see a world made up of hues and colors you could never see before. Everything will appear to you as if illumined. You will know you have become heart-centered when you notice that joy is residing within you full-time. And I say that illumination things already happen a lot. where things seem to have that glow that you've mentioned, and everything looks like it's softly blended together. What I want to know is how to stay in this space, that space, longer. Who would not want to know that? Who would not want to know how to dwell in the garden, into the kingdom, the sacred heart, longer? So that's the question I pose. What I want to know is, how do we stay in that space longer? I shall tell you. Be conscious of keeping your breathing as even and as steady as you possibly can. God breathed life into man, so it's not about just breathing to give your body oxygen. Be grateful that breathing is giving your body oxygen. Is even better. Chase the breath. Be in that attitude as much as possible. So much so it becomes a natural part of who you are, and you no longer have to think about doing it. It's doing it for you. So now you are beginning to live constantly in joy, constantly in the garden. Be conscious of keeping your breathing just as even and as steady as you possibly can. Not only when you are meditating or doing daily activities, but all the time. When you begin to live your life with this relaxed, letting go kind of feeling, and a willingness to lose everything to gain your true self, you will have joy and complete trust where there was none before. And that space you were looking to expand will do just that. Talk about an epiphany. This goes with your own creed. This is with your own religion. Taking it further into the experience. Nothing I said here contradicts anything you've learned through any faith book. And you can't deny it. Not me being egoistic or arrogant. I'm stating a fact. Because all teachings are connected. There is a core teaching that exists in all of them. And it's the dialogue about love, the self-love. Throw everything else in any book away. It's not necessary. Not that it's right or wrong. It's just not necessary. When you begin to live your life with this relaxed, letting go kind of feeling and a willingness to lose everything to gain yourself, developing the love within that is to the level that is God's love, we connect. A willingness to lose everything to gain yourself, you will have joy and complete trust where there was none before. And because now you trust, you relax. You fall further into the gate because you relax. You're not so, oh, I'm scared to let myself fall inside of myself because something bad is going to happen to me. That's dogma. Letting go kind of feeling and a willingness to lose everything to gain yourself. You will have joy and complete trust. And now you're falling where there was none before. And that space you were looking to expand will do just that. I need some water. Give me a moment. Welcome out, everyone. Hello, Sylvia. Hello, Stacy. Hello, Chloe. Anastasia, Jessica. Wow, what beautiful people. I'm such a blessed man. I'm going to do a little bit more reading. I'm going to bring a few other insights in that I'm going to use the word channel. Not really fond of that word. Tap into a more expanded part of myself. I'm doing that now, but I'm hyper-focused on the reading. So give me a moment. Here we go. So, let me read this part. Next excerpt from Spirit. Spirit says, you have heard the saying, it takes, I just said this, I did not set this up, that when we want to join with our divine parent, it's not about belief. Belief does not hold the tools, the keys, nor the path, well, it does, ish, to the all, to Creator. We have to become it. That's why I said, again, I'm going to repeat it because it's very valuable. If God is love, when we develop the love within ourselves to the level that is God, that is when we begin to consciously connect. And here's what Spirit says when I said, if you want to be a policeman, you don't do what firemen do, you do what policemen do. This is how you become the very thing that you're aspiring to. Spirit says, you have heard the saying, it takes one to know one. We have to become it. In such a way, the self will see its own beautiful self, the true miracle, for I am everywhere. As you endeavor to see and be my miracle, you will come across many keys. I did not set this up. I just talked about keys. You will come across many keys that fit many doors, but only one will release you from the emptiness that you feel. Dear Lord. As you endeavor to see and be my miracle, you will come across many keys that fit many doors, but only one will release you from the emptiness that you feel, and that is dwelling in this space. And you are the key component. You are the key. Back to the title of this broadcast. It sounds like I'm shouting, I know, but when I get in this energy, I become very, very bold, which is the title of this broadcast. The Bold and the Beautiful. Not just a TV soap opera. I'm very bold when I do these broadcasts. That's the name of this broadcast here today. Now from a chapter called Clarity and my bestseller, The Divine Principle. Anchoring Heaven on Earth. You can find this on my website at KeithAnthonyBlanchard.com or centeroflightradio.com and click on the Creations tab. And you can purchase this from Amazon. This is from a chapter titled Clarity. The clarity you need to be your bold, beautiful self. I just mentioned this differently. Again, another alignment. I did not know this was going to happen. Now to true faith, Spirit says. When you achieve absolute clarity, you will have. Now to true faith, when you achieve absolute clarity, you will have it. And along with it will come the power you need to manifest an ideal life, not only that which is on the outside, an ideal life. Life moves through us. Faith, clarity, and power. 3 facets of my loom of life, working together to weave all of creation. These 3 cannot be separated, lest all cease to be. Their immutable threads spin a tapestry of conscious awareness. That becomes a divine garment for all to don. These 3 cannot be separated lest they all cease to be. Their immutable threads spin a tapestry of conscious awareness that becomes a divine garment for all to don. Do you see the glorious pattern I am constructing here, Keith? I say, I think you're talking about unity. Yes, the mighty power of all working together to benefit the all, to bring about change in and out, all around and all about. It should not be hard for anyone to see that 2 is mightier than 1, 3 mightier than 2, 4 mightier than 3, to the infinity that is God. 1. Here's the final reading segment. Faith not only describes belief in a particular religion, it also conveys one's hopes for a particular outcome. Those who assume that results will come through blind faith cannot see how the power to manifest only springs from absolute knowing by existing in the Stargate. Yet they are willing to gamble that their expectations will pay off, that they will hit life's jackpot without realizing that they have nothing at all to back up their bet. A believer hopes that his or her life will happen. A knower makes it happen by having the faith-supported gumption to go about living it, by being bold. For some, their belief can be a crutch for laziness. But if you want it to, belief can easily become the catalyst to expand you into absolute knowing. Faith can also be applied to the principle of believing in something higher than you. This is but a metaphor, because there is nothing higher than you. Many will say, but this sounds like blasphemy. I know that pondering such a thought may frighten many and may put religious leaders in a state of God panic. So to them I ask, how can such a beautiful thought about the divine nature of all generate such fear? We're talking about clarity, and I asked Spirit, what is it like to be crystal clear? So what is it like to see and be in this supreme state? Simply divine. So crystal clear is my vision that everywhere I look, all I see is me. I am not the supreme being. I am supreme being. And my beingness permeates everything in creation like light moving through glass. Is everything crystalline in structure, I ask? Yes, exactly. From my heart and mind, all information passes through fiber optic light branches to manifest everything everywhere all at once, illuminating me as the source of all that is. By purifying that which is in you, which remains clouded and constricted by fear, by developing the love within us to the level that is God, you too will come to see and be in this state. And I say to Spirit, at the end of this chapter, what a great session this was for me. I do believe I have much more clarity now. Spirit says, I am very pleased to hear that, Keith, because if this chapter about clarity provided none, what would have been the point? Just remember this acronym, clarity, C-L-A-R-I-T-Y. C, call upon God in confusing times. L, love is the power. Love is all there is. A, allow and accept yourself. Love yourself fully. Allow and accept yourself and all people. R, raise your vibrations by living the truth. I, intend to marry God. Make a covenant and be complete with it. T, trust that all things will unfold accordingly. According to why? You. It's all about you. Where there is clarity, there is peace. And I'm going to read this final poem. I'm going to take a Q&A. Hello, Sherry Bado Billiot. Again, y'all, before I take a Q&A, I'm going to read this poem that brought me back to my childhood. When I wrote it, I just had a memory of my childhood, of an incident. And though it's very subtle and very delicate, don't let the subtleness and the delicate nature of what I'm going to read fool you. Because it is very, very bold. More powerful than brute force. More powerful than military might. More powerful than any of that stuff. In fact, it's so delicate and so subtle. That is where the real power and the truth and being the bold and the beautiful that this broadcast poses. It's going to put it into perspective. And it's going to show us what true love is, what the power of true love is. Here's the poem of an experience that happened to me when I was a child. When I was a child, I caught a young sparrow and held it in my hands. It sang me a song of new birth, of innocence, of freedom and flight. Though captured by the beauty of the moment, I was afraid to lose this tiny mirror of pure joy. So I put it in a cage to admire. Days passed, but the sparrow rarely sang. When it did, its song was no longer beautiful. It was a song of sorrow. For the first time, I could see how my fear had imprisoned not only this little sparrow, but me as well. It was then I knew I had to release it, to fly away and be free. That is what this symposium on Valentine's Day is going to be about. February 14th, master spiritual teachers from all over the world is going to be in a live feed just like this one. The event is going to last definitely 4 hours, maybe 6, even possibly 8. Renee Brown's going to be here. David Matthew Brown's going to be here. Hopefully Jennifer Foster's going to be here. Anastasia Nitri's going to be here. And the broadcast is going to be about the month of love, February. It's the month of love, about developing the love within each other, the love within yourself, to the greatest possible capacity in your commitment and your covenant with yourself about the month of February. Self-love symposium, becoming the greatest love of your life, being your own Valentine's gift. The information may be subtle, but I'm telling you, it's going to be bold. And what becomes the norm in your life will be beautiful. Also, before I take a Q&A, if anyone wants to bring something forth, go ahead and feel free to do that now. Hello, Jennifer. If you go to KeithAnthonyBlanchard.com or centeroflightradio.com, you will see a sign-up form. Fill it out. You will get my my ongoing newsletter program, but you will begin to receive bundles of all of my past creations that I'll charge money for free. That's it. I'm giving it all away. While you're at centeroflightradio.com or KeithAnthonyBlanchard.com, there's a red Ferrari you're going to see stop after a couple of seconds. Click on it. It'll take you to RPM, Recognize Plugin, and Manifest Your Life. It is my lifelong work. 25, give or so years of my diving in, researching religions, theosophy, divinity, my own inner explorations, studying from other master teachers, speaking with God-realized men from India. Men who are aware in this moment, if they choose to know exactly what I'm talking to you about. They have this ability. This is the truth, and the truth does not anyone's permission exist. Seeing this avatar back here, I've been blessed and want to motivate you that by being so humbled and so open and so dwelling in this space in my life, that I am able to play and have experiences with these kinds of divine energies. I want that for you. I want you to hang out with Jesus. I want you to hang out with Buddha. It's not necessarily really about them anyway, because if you could bring them into your life, it's just a reflection of the work that you've done on yourself that opens you up to the dimension of being able to see other divine deities, even your deceased loved ones. This happens in my life. This happens in many people's lives. A lot of people in this room, or a few people in this room, have these said conscious experiences. This is what spiritual expansion and development is about, is being free. Fly, little sparrow, be free. Dwell in the kingdom of God. I am in my Father, my Father's in me, and I am in you, said Jesus. Seek ye the kingdom of God within, and all things will be handed unto you. That's the gate. In fact, in a meditation, try this. There is no right or wrong of it. It's all intention. It's called being bold. I'm being so bold that I know I can contact my divine parent and connect consciously. That's a bold statement. Now be beautiful with it. Wow. That's friggin' awesome. And you tap on the gate as if you're knocking. In fact, use that. Knock on the golden door. Let me in. Dear Lord, let me in. Be bold. If you have to rap on that door harder to be heard, rap on that door. Let me in. I'm home. Mom, Dad, let me in the form of consciousness to where I understand what heaven on earth really means. I'm on earth, But yet I do want to exist in heaven, as the prophecy says. Bring it to me. Help me live it. These simple ideas, these simple models is the key. You are the key. When we become the key, the lock turns and the door opens as an invitation. You don't even have to push the door, but you have to knock. Knock, knock, knock. Right? Walk through the threshold and things change. I am daily walking through thresholds. I am. Bragging point for Keith, and I'm going to take that one. I am walking through thresholds. My consciousness is expanding. My awareness is expanding. That's bold. And that's beautiful. It's not an arrogance. It's not a conceit. I'm sharing this with you because it's my heart. It's my life. And I want you to see what it looks like on someone, like on me. And I want to see that on you. And I often see that on many, many people. So for those out there who may be dwelling in a dark experience, having some pain in your life, it's okay. But there is a way through it by being soft, accepting what you have, accepting what's in front of you, accept what you're experiencing instead of resisting it, loving and appreciate it. When you love and appreciate it, that key fits into that door. You turn the lock, the door opens, and the reason this downfall happened in your life gets revealed, and the lesson is now purified. And it dissipates. The darkness dissipates, and you're done with it. It will never resurface in your life. Hello, William. It's good to see you, sir. It's about being it. Simply being it. We want to grow up and be like our parent, our mother, our father. We act like our mother and father. Want to grow up and be our divine parent. We expand by being our divine parent. And it's really not so much about rules. There are no rules. There is no dogma. It's not about, well, if I don't do it this way. It's not about any of that. That's noise. That's monkey mind dogmatic noise. It's just noise. So what are you saying, Keith? Get out of belief. God is beyond belief. God is infinite. When we confine God to a box of beliefs, or a belief box, and we put it on a shelf, that is confining the absolute, not only in your path to a box, but because we only do the things that we believe God lets us do. There's no escape from that. We treat the world how we believe God treats us. So if we put God on a shelf, God on our shelf is the only thing that's ever going to happen. Our God will forever exist on a shelf. But when we crack the box open, if this is the box, and we let it out or it through and express itself, the lid of the box opens. There's a light that shines through the box. That's my broadcast. Thank you for being bold and beautiful. So much so that you're here, allowing me to be bold and beautiful. And together, our boldness and our beauty changes the dynamic of the people around us and the world. Again, feel free to bring your questions through. I'm going to be here for about maybe 10 more minutes and am willing to take any questions or statements you would like to bring forth. Somebody get me some water. Bold and the beautiful. Not just a TV soap opera anymore. It's the new black. So again, y'all, just another quick announcement. Also, while you're here, if you go to youtube.com/Center of Light Radio, please subscribe to my channel. Share a few things. Give me some comments and some of the archived Center of Light Radio videos that you watched. This is my 3.5 year, and I probably have about 4.5 to 5 million listenership. Thank you, Spirit. I'm grateful. Every Monday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. centeroflightradio.com. You can find that broadcast. You can follow me on Twitter at centeroflight1. You can always visit KeithAnthonyBlanchard.com or centeroflightradio.com. Again, click up on that sign-up form, fill it out. Free stuff by the droves coming to you. Click on that red Ferrari. Learn about my RPM program, my lifelong work, recognize, plug in, and manifest. When we begin to recognize the omnipresence of God, I don't mean in the form of a concept. And I will help you fall into that space to where you have true sight, true vision. This is seeing. This is vision and sight. When you begin to see it, that's what it is. You're recognizing. Now you have the opportunity to plug in to the source that lives within all of us. And then manifesting is more of an idea of stepping out of the way. That begins to happen in your life. You can send me an email at keithanthonyblanchard@gmail.com. Say, Keith, I would love a free session with you. I will give you a free session. We'll get you on your way to expanded consciousness, expanded reality, expanded bliss. Be it you want more peace in your life, you want greater degree of intuition. You want to connect with your deceased loved ones. You want spiritual expansion just in every possible way. You want absolute clarity. You want a new job. It's all allowed. It's all allowed. KeithAnthonyBlanchard@gmail.com. Keith, I want my free session. Bang! Just like that. Not that you're broken. Simply because I love you and I want to see you expand. Hey, when someone has a piece of information from me, a spiritual morsel, I bite. I don't say, you sure? I grab it. I look at it. I massage it. I pet it. I take it home and name it George. If you tell me you saw something magnanimous under a rock yesterday, I'm going to go, really? I'm going to say, where is the rock? And I'm going to go look. Not because I don't believe you, because I want it. All right, let me see who might be here and asking any questions. If not, I'm going to sign off. Here we go. The truth of Facebook. Boy, that's such a lag. 1 second. Let me get to the questions as of now. We go down the list. Down the list. Be your beautiful self. Don't be anybody else. Dana says, wonderful broadcast. Thank you, Dana. Sylvia's been making homemade chicken soup. Well, now you just had some chicken soup for the soul. Sue says, thank you, Keith. You always give us food for thought. Love it. Oh, thank you, dear. It wouldn't happen without you. There is a dance here. There's a spiritual dance here. And thank you for letting me play in this arena with you so I can feed myself. LaDonna says, I get it, Keith. My neighbors are even sharing the same things with me. I also been reading Richard Rohr. Thank you, Keith. Love you. Back at you, dear. Love you. Capri says, I'm ready for my session, my friend. Then follow that lead to my Gmail account. Keith Anthony Blank, though I heard you and it's here, follow the rabbit into the hole, dear. Keith, I want my free session. KeithAnthonyBlanchard@gmail.com. Capri says, beautiful share this evening. Thank you for sharing all that you do. You're welcome, dear. You're abundantly welcome. One more refresh. See who's here so I can acknowledge you. And anytime anyone has a suggestion, hello, Allie. Allie's still here. Fran. For any future Burst of Light broadcast, send me a message. Hey, Keith, I just had something happen today. Maybe send me something you gleaned that would be powerful for me. Send me that. But if you have any suggestions on any Burst of Light, please send them to me. I like honoring you. Final refresh. All right, y'all. Thank you very much. Greatly. Once again, February 14th, Valentine's Day. Definitely 4 hours long. Could be up to 8 hours long. Self-Love Symposium. Spiritual teachers from all over the world. on a broadcast just like me. We're going to take intervals. They're going to come in, bring in information. And then toward the end of the symposium, we're all going to get on the screen together. It's going to be fun. It's going to be cool. And the admission is your heart. That is the admission. Bring your heart. It's going to be cool. Caprice says, I don't utilize email, just Facebook and Messenger. All right, send me a Facebook message. Let's keep it that simple. You're welcome, Allie. All right, y'all. Peace, love, and light. Self-love is the key. You are the key. Become the light. God is love. Then when we develop ourselves to the level of love that is God, we arrive home. Then we can take our shoes off and chill. Right? I love you.